guys, happy Monday. Well, happy Memorial Day. So thank you to everybody that has served to protect us and our freedom, our rights, all of that. That's more important than a happy Memorial Day. So have a peaceful, restful Memorial Day. Alright, so the last video I did, we went over the divinatory techniques. Okay, so we went over all of that good stuff that gets not monetized because it has to do with sex magic, but we're gonna go on. We're gonna continue. So yeah, I have not been with it, really. I mean, I've been with it, but just been screwed by a very close friend. Thought this close friend was a friend. No, not hardly. So, alright, so part 2, and this is lesson 10. So I know a lot of you are asking what part or lesson. Lesson 10. So it's almost at the very end of the book. Alright, so part 2 should be a little more interesting. So this is inner alchemy or outer alchemy. So the next technique I wish to talk about is that which I call outer alchemy. So, of the 3 techniques of sex magic, it is the easiest in that it requires the least amount of self-discipline. And it's very useful too. Very useful. So, sex magic of outer alchemy, unlike the other 2 forms of sex magic, requires the use of a partner of the opposite sex. You don't have to have the opposite sex, no. So thus it is by its very nature not a technique which can be adapted to male or female homosexual practices. I don't believe that. I just don't. So thus we lead us to a brief discussion of magic and sexuality. Alright, I have not read this yet, so you guys are hearing it for the first time also with me. So anybody can do the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. It does not matter if you are Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, they spelled Muslim wrong in here, atheist, or anything else. All that matters is your ability to perform the ritual, and that's the easiest one too. And I'm still thinking of connecting the lines with the different deities. But if it's done this way by the book for so long, would it be more effective or less? I kind of have a heart and gut feeling and a head feeling that it would be less effective. So, alright, so they go on to say, when I perform the ritual, I may visualize God as a concept, which exists before the gods and the goddesses of creation. Alright, so Baphomet. And then we have the gods and goddesses, the different spirits. So, of the creator, from the creator. So, sublets. So others may see God as the Christian Trinity. So still others may view the source of the energy in the less Spanish commercial as Jah of the Rastafarians. Ooh. It does not matter if it works for you. The point I'm trying to make is that although our magical practices are spiritual, they need not follow any particular religious viewpoint. Okay, so if it doesn't have to follow a particular religious viewpoint, then why must it be with Christian angels? Or Catholic angels? I don't get it. So, true, the Kabbalah has an instinctive Jewish flavor to it, but this is because it has been safeguarded by the Jews for the past few thousand years. Okay, so it's heavily influenced. So one of the things I've tried to do in this course is make the procedures general in spiritual nature, and thus applicable to any religious belief, or lack thereof. So that does make sense, kind of. So just as it is possible to separate spirituality from religion, so too, from a sex magician's point of view, it is possible to separate sex from love. So, please note that I'm not saying that sex should be separated from love, only that it can be. Alright, that makes perfect sense. Alright, but the fact of the matter is that sex can be viewed as a form of exercise. So, it's true. Alright, so I'm not trying to take a swinger's point of view that all sex should be based on desire, lust, etc. Only for sex can be based on the relationship which we can develop between 2 loving people. So, in fact, the most vulnerable sex magic experiences I have ever had ever have been with partners whom I truly loved. But what I'm saying is that just as spirituality can be separated from religion, so too can the sex of sex magic be separated from the sex experienced in a love relationship. Alright, so you can do sex magic or you can just make love. That's how I am gathering this. So, this does not mean that you should have to have sex with a person other than your regular partner using sex magic as an excuse. In fact, I would suggest that you do not do unless you have told your partner about it in your partner's approval. Which I would never. No, I could not do that. So, and this approval should not come through teeth-biting lips due to anger and jealousy. Remember, honesty is vital to a magician. Honesty is very lacking these days, especially in friends. So this means that if you do not have a partner, or if you have your partner's willing permission, it is allowable to work with another person when doing sex magic. So please note that what I am saying here is not a license to have sex with anybody because you are doing magic while having sex. And this is where a lot of people come in and take advantage. Take Catholicism, for example. So rather, I am saying that certain forms of magical ritual, including sex magic rituals, can be done with a partner other than the one that you are involved with in a love relationship. I'm not a cheater, so I wouldn't be able to... Yeah, no. So, alright, this means that if you have a partner, or if you have your partner's willing permission... Oh, I already read that to you. Alright, so I personally consider love and established relationships to be very important in a person's life. So, if your participation in a ritual, including a sex magic ritual, will create a hardship on your relationship, I urge you to reconsider. So, your choice to perform such a ritual. Yeah, I would too, definitely. Or, perhaps, you can achieve the best method, which would have to be your partner, participating with you. That sounds a lot better. It doesn't sound so... its undertones aren't infidelity. So, that's always a good thing. Virgos are very loyal. Very loyal people. Alright, so if you happen to be a male or a female homosexual, and both you and your partner believe that sex can be separated from love, you can perform outer alchemy. Alright, so this will depend on your nature and the nature of your relationship. Perhaps the best way to conceive of a sex magic ritual is just another ritual, one which happens to use sex organs instead of a chalice and wand. Alright, so we can see where it all came from. It does make a lot more sense. So if it is the belief of many magicians that the classic texts of Western alchemy are coded information for the performance of sex magic. So the basic idea is that the sperm of the male and the ejaculatory fluids of the female have natural magic abilities as a result of mental direction and sexual stimulation. Right, so it's raising energy. It's another form of raising energy. And then the climax, and boof, you focus on your end result, not the process. So, the alchemical instructions are simply ways to make these magical fluids stronger and more powerful. So although I will be giving a type of outer alchemy ritual shortly, I will try to limit some of the precise alchemical terminology. Full alchemical practices, interpreted through the ideas of sex magic, are far too complicated to discuss in this course. Very. The Spirit of Alchemy by Karen A. Dahlman. Very good. Very good. So if you decide to investigate traditional alchemical texts as a source for sex magic rituals, it's important to understand two things. 1. Some of the practices given in the alchemical text are merely chaff to hide the true nature of techniques, and it's hidden wheat. So, that makes perfect sense. 2. Several words commonly used in alchemy are codes for sexual ideas. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty interesting. I mean, so examples we have The athanor is usually described as a special type of oven used to slowly heat the material with which you are working. According to sex magicians, it means the penis. So, alright, we know that. The serpent is said to be a result of heating a substance in the penis. Athanor. To a sex magician, it is the semen. So the blood of the red lion is also semen. The cucurbite, a type of alchemic container, is the vagina. So 2 is the retort, which is usually described as another type of alchemical container. That's very interesting. I mean, it's really interesting. Alchemy is very, very amazing. I love it. And it's just, it's very coded. So, I think that is really cool. So, the menstruation or menstruum of the gluten is the result of the slow heating of a substance in the athanor. So, sex magicians believe it to be either the female lubricating fluids or ejaculatory fluids, or both, depending on the sex magician you talk with. Okay, so that makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. So you guys can put your self-pleasure to good use. I mean, good use. Alright, so we have the first matter, which is described as a mixture of the serpent and the menstruum. So, while this is a rather hazy type of substance to the physical alchemist, its meaning is clear to the sex magician. Alright, so we understand that, I hope. Finally, the amrita or elixir is defined as the transmuted first matter. So, how it is transmuted and how it is used is the secret of outer alchemy. So I'm sure everybody can find what they need on outer alchemy. We have the internet. So one of the traditional secrets of alchemy is that the process of taking your basic material and heating it must be very slow and take days or even weeks to accomplish. So look back at Aleister Crowley. To a sex magician, this means that the best way to work with the male and the female fluids is to take a great deal of time in their preparation, possibly hours. So, edging. This involves having sexual intercourse without orgasm or ejaculation for a very long period. The mental technique used to accomplish this is known as kareza, pronounced kareza, with the accent on the syllable. So, the modern technique of kareza began in the late 1800s. So, a man named William Lloyd put forth the idea that intercourse, which lasted for hours, and which the man did not ejaculate, was better for the man, the woman, and their relationship. Alright, so, I guess, needless to say, his book on kareza was quickly banned as being pornographic. Metaphysical, though, in many places at this time, believed that every drop of semen was equal to 10 or more drops of blood. Wow, it's more powerful. Therefore, having fewer ejaculations would be better for the man, while the increased intimate contact would be good for the couple and their relationship. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, this is really interesting. And this is for educational purposes only, YouTube. Thank you. I need to title my videos differently. Wow, so it's... I believe that every drop of semen was equal to 10 or more drops of blood. Wow. That's pretty powerful. Pretty amazing. So the problem with this, as already stated, is that according to Masters and Johnson, the average length of time for intercourse from the time of the insertion of the penis to the man's ejaculation is 2 and 1.5 minutes. Since this is an average, it means that for every man who can last a mere 5 minutes without having an orgasm, there's another man who can last barely 30 seconds. Wow. I can last a long time. Yes, I have somehow, some way mastered that. I don't know how. Fortunately, there are a variety of techniques available to allow a man to delay his orgasm up to several hours. It's true. Very true. So Aleister Crowley used a lot of different drugs, cocaine, that would be one, stimulants. But I would in no way recommend doing any of that. It's not worth the risk of your health or losing your life over something so stupid. So, where did I go? Okay, so the basic Karezza technique for delay of orgasm is to concentrate on the purpose or goal of the intercourse rather than on the physical sensations. So in what we are doing here, it would mean focusing on the purpose of the magic rather than obtaining sexual gratification. An example, orgasm. So, if the man or woman comes too close to an orgasm, he or she should stop the physical motions and, if necessary, withdraw his penis from the vagina. So that does make sense. So yes, it's very, very interesting stuff. Alright, so, unfortunately, this primarily mental technique of ejaculation control is not enough for most men, who, from adolescence, have trained themselves to have ejaculation as a goal of their sexual activities. I think during my Adderall days, all those days, you learn to control it. Tree frog. So, where'd I go? Okay, so many men believe the lie that they can have physical problems if they do not ejaculate every time they are involved in lovemaking. One woman told me that her boyfriend always insisted that he have an orgasm with her or he would get sick. And while it is true that after many periods of sexual excitation without an orgasm, a man may feel some minor discomfort. So yeah, obviously, blue balls. This is not a dangerous condition, and it is alleviated by having an orgasm or by the mere passage of time. So, alright, the point I wish to make here is that the most men will need a combination of mental and physical techniques to be able to control their orgasm. This is especially true, considering that some men, such as the boyfriend of the woman just mentioned, believe that orgasm must be their immediate goal in every sexual experience. Not always. No, not always. So, on the physical methods, the most well-known technique, and the one which causes the most problems, all you need to practice it, is the Masters and Johnson's squeeze technique. So in this technique, when the man feels that he is about to have an orgasm, but has not yet passed what is called the point of ejaculatory inevitability, he must withdraw his penis from the vagina. Then either he or his partner must literally grab his penis and apply heavy pressure on the bottom of the penis just behind the head of the penis until the need for the ejaculation passes. Edging. Lots of different names for it. Alright, where'd I go? So after a few weeks of such practice, the man can develop good control over his orgasm. So it might even help your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, who knows? So unfortunately this is not the most pleasant experience for the man or his partner. Certainly the partner would need to be very understanding while the man trains himself with her help. So the following tantric system is much better. The advantage of the tantric technique is that it uses several physical techniques simultaneously. So, and your partner need never know you are doing them. First, just before you reach the point of ejaculatory inevitability, that point after which there is no stopping the orgasm, take a very deep breath and hold it for a slow count of 16. While you are doing this, look with both eyes at the tip of your nose. So that's the first technique. I've never... Second, begin to breathe slowly. As you do, roll your eyes in a counterclockwise motion. Alright, so that is EDMR. Or rapid eye movement. So that's a trauma therapy technique that's very, very useful. It's just going back and forth, and it helps you so much to relax. You can start to meditate with that. The images come clearer, so visualization is easier. So Second, begin to breathe slowly as you do. Okay, first, your eyes in a counterclockwise motion. First up as high as they will go, then straight to the left, then down, then to the right, then up, and finally back to where your eyes started. Thus, you are not making a circle, but a large square or rectangle. As you do this, tense the anus muscle as hard as you can. Once you have completed the counterclockwise motion 3 times, with an exhalation, slowly release the anus muscle. Repeat the above steps 3 times, even if the feelings of ejaculatory need have faded. Note, this is totally possible to use this technique without withdrawing from the vagina, and your partner need not know what you are doing. Right, so that does make a little more sense. That seems a lot more, reasonable, easier, so. Alright, so, but the technique which is probably the best for control of orgasm is a Taoist technique. I think I said that word right, Taoist technique, and it's primarily physical in nature. At the point just before ejaculatory inevitability, stop the thrusting motions and take 3 deep breaths. Then, using the first 2 or 3 fingers of either hand, apply firm pressure on the perineum, the point midway between the testicles and the anus. Okay, so yeah. Oh, it shows pictures too. Whoa. I did not see that coming. Alright, where'd I go? Okay, the point mid-between, I already said that. The point known in acupuncture as conception vessel 1. Ooh, acupuncture? Oh, no needles are going down there. It is important to the energy system of the body's reproductive system. Applying firm pressure here changes the energy system, which has a resultant effect on the physical organs. This actually causes a change in the valves within the reproductive system of the male. With a suction-like effort, ejaculation cannot occur. Okay, so that does make sense. I mean, these techniques are very different. So here is the picture, as you guys can hopefully see. So yeah, that's the male. So, if you guys have this book, this is lesson 10, page 439. Why'd I just turn green? There we go, it's fading away. That was very odd. Alright, so, where'd I go? Yeah, that's very different. Very different. Alright, so, using one or another of these techniques, you should be able to control your orgasm. So the Taoist technique has an unusual side benefit, which I cannot go too deeply here, for this technique controls ejaculation only. Okay, so practicing with this technique until you learn how to exert mental pressure on the vessel of conception point 1 will yield a change in the body's energies, so that the man can have an orgasm without an ejaculation. Okay. Am I gay, guys? You guys will know this. Since the result of ejaculation is something in the male, I don't know that word, I can't say it. The result of this technique is not only prolonged intercourse, but also the legendary male multiple orgasm. The feeling is much like small orgasms without ejaculation, followed by an incredible huge orgasm when the male does allow ejaculation to occur. Very, very different. Very different. So, your experimentation with this technique is invited. So, now let us assume that the man has the ability to control his orgasms. Do you? I do. The next part to understand is the idea of the Amrita, or elixir. So, as I said, it is the transmuted or changed first matter. The first matter being the combination of the sperm and the female fluids. Shortly I will discuss how the transmutation is done. But first I will discuss what is done with the transmuted first matter, the true magical elixir. Alright, so this title of this video is The True Magical Elixir. I better write that down so I don't forget. to... Yeah, I don't want anything bad to happen on YouTube. Community guidelines, all that good stuff. Okay. Where did we go? Okay. Okay, so the basic idea of this type of outer alchemy is that the combination of the sexual fluids of man and woman, the first matter, is magical in nature, and it becomes an elixir. So the elixir must then be reabsorbed by the magicians performing this type of sex magic. The easiest way to do this is simply allow the now flaccid penis to remain in the vagina for a period of 15 minutes. According to the tantras, sperm loses its magical powers after 15 minutes. Ooh. So a longer period is not needed. So these fluids, to a minor extent, will be absorbed through the thin tissues of the vagina and the head of the penis. However, not all fluids are absorbed in this matter. Okay. Kind of understanding, yeah. Although many people raised in Western cultures may find the following idea disagreeable, a large number of sex magicians have overcome this phobia and treat the elixir as a magical Eucharist. So, as a friend of mine likes to poetically say, first lover, then elixir. You guys get it? I did. That's funny. So, in other words, after orgasm, the man performs oral sex upon the woman, taking the combined fluids into his mouth. He may then keep the fluids under his tongue, allowing them to be absorbed for the most efficiency. Alright, so the sublingual under the tongue. Alternatively, he may kiss his partner and share the elixir. Another possibility is to put the elixir into a small cup of wine and share the elixir. Alright, so I'm seeing a big connection here with the cakes and ale, with the red meal in traditional witchcraft, with the blood in traditional witchcraft. Makes sense. Alright, so it is the idea of swallowing the sexual fluids which may turn some people off. However, over the past 20 years, there have been an increase in the popularity of oral sex. So this taboo is quickly being overcome. Alright, so it should also be noted here that this type of ritual can be done with others present when the cup of wine is used. The elixir-filled wine may be passed among those present. In fact, in some groups, another man or woman is chosen as the cup-bearer. So, it is his or her duty to obtain the elixir instead of the woman's sexual partner. Alright, so, obviously there are many possibilities for outer alchemy. The only additional thing to add here is that the intercourse should last a minimum of 45 minutes to be effective. And after about 3 hours, depending upon the magician, a point of negative returns is reached. So, the final point before giving a ritual is the procedure of transformation, which turns the first matter into the elixir. Alright, this is making a lot of sense. It is done simply by prolonging the act of the intercourse for a particular goal, rather than for mere physical gratification. So this can be accomplished by means similar to those already discussed. An example, by the will or concentration on sigils. Alright, here's where the sigil magic comes in. I see why people are telling me this about sigil magic. Alright, so there is also a system which aligns the magical workers with the forces of nature and strengthens the transmutation. Wow. Alchemy is looking very different now. Very different. Women have a natural menstrual cycle of approximately 28 days, matching the cycle of the moon. According to occult science, on each one of the 28 days, a woman will secrete a different fluid when she is sexually excited and or has an orgasm. So therefore, a sex magic act can be performed on a specific day of the month for particular purposes by combining the spiritual forces of the humans with the forces of nature. So this elixir becomes an unbelievably powerful magical fluid. Alright, so I understand that, I think. So here's a copy of a published list of the magical abilities of the fluids of the 28 days, starting with the new moon of the woman. That is, beginning with the day after the end of her menstrual cycle. So, here is the list. Number 1, good fortune. Number 2, separation and ill will. 3, gaining official favor. 4, love. 5. Material well-being. 6. Victory in battle. 7. Overcoming illness. 8. Maintaining health. 9. Spirituality. 10. Misfortune in love. 11. Harmony in marriage. 12. Separation and divorce. 13. Friendships. 14. Material wealth. Oh wow. We have quite a bit. So, 15. Keeping thieves away. I should have done that a long time ago. 16. Keeping venomous creatures away. 17. Aiding births. 18. Aiding hunters. 19. Dealing with enemies. 20. Dealing with fugitives. Okay. 21. Destruction. 22. Domesticated animals. 23. Vegetation. 24. Gaining love and favor. 25. Liquids and containers. 26. Water creatures. 27. Destruction. 28. Reconciliation. They're broad. Those are very broad. I mean, they're not very, they're vague. They're broad. So notice that some of the list has very broad topics. They can be affected by the magician's contemplation during the magical rite. So as an example, the magician may choose to help or hinder a fugitive by doing an outer alchemical sex magic ritual on the 20th day of the cycle. Of course, since this is a type of gray magic, a divination should be done before a ritual of this sort. So, I must note here that there are many lists of the magical qualities associated with each day of the lunar cycle. Sometimes each day is referred to as a digit of the moon. If you find other lists, you may wish to compare them to the one above and see which one is correct for you. So in the book The Tree of Life by Israel Regardie, the author gives an outline of a ritual called the Mass of the Holy Ghost that is pure and simple, an outer alchemical sex magic ritual. Here are his instructions translated into common terms. So, number 1, after the usual preliminaries, the couple should begin their ritual sex. 2, through the stimulus of warmth and spiritual fire, which is lovemaking, to the anathor, penis, there should be an ascent of the serpent, sperm, into the cucurbite, vagina. So 3, the mixture of the sperm and the fluids of the woman is charged by means of continuous invocation of the spiritual principle, conforming to the work in hand. Very easy. I wonder if you can adapt this to just a self ritual, solitary. So 4, the ritual is concluded by treating the elixir as the magical Eucharist, or by using it to anoint and consecrate a talisman. Sigils. So, as you can see, there is some overlap with the earlier types of sex magic described in this lesson. At the end of the Mass is described a technique of charging a talisman by simply applying some of the elixir to a talisman. This is a very powerful technique, as your experience will come to show. Alright, so it's pretty interesting. That is really, really interesting. Just seeing. And now when I see these old alchemical texts, and you see the serpent, and you see the goblet, or the chalice, and the dagger, and just everything, the horns. So, it's interesting. Alright, so, from what you know, it should not be too difficult to create your own sex magic ritual. There's where all the creativity comes in. I froze. That's where all the creativity comes in. So, first do the opening by Watchtower, then do the actual sex magic. Follow with the closing by Watchtower. If there are other people present, they may sit, holding hands in a circle around their participating in the sex magic, the pair, the couple. So in some groups, they watch the proceedings, their own excitation enhancing that of the two magicians directly involved. Other groups may have people sitting with their backs toward the center of the circle, so that the couple will have a kind of like just privacy. So those sitting in the circle should concentrate on the purpose of the ritual. This can be very difficult, as watching Two people have sex, even if it is the same sex, even if it is sex magic, for a few hours can become very boring. I would think so. I would think so. Thus, learning to concentrate on a desired subject or goal becomes very important. Then, as stated before, the elixir can be mixed with wine, either by the male ritualist or a cupbearer. The wine amarita mixture can then be passed around the circle. Ooh. You'd have to be very careful with that. Very careful. The couple actually involved in the sex magic should be the last ones to drink, so that they get the final drops of the magical mixture. The pair can each take a small sip, passing the cup back and forth until the fluid is gone. Yeah, it kind of grosses me out just a little bit, not too much. Alright, then together, they should hold the cup upside down and say, "It is finished." So, then the two systems of sex magic described so far in this lesson are traditionally Western in nature. So, although there is ample evidence that both have been used by the ancient tantrics and Taoists, similarly, the third form of inner alchemy is more traditionally associated with Eastern systems, although it has a firm foundation in the West. Okay, so that's very interesting to actually see and to really realize. I mean, look at Baphomet. Look at all the symbolism on Baphomet. Look through not ancient, but older books on alchemical texts and see the different, hieroglyphs of the Egyptians, where all religion started was Egypt. So tomorrow, I will not be continuing with part 3. I will have a very special guest with me, all the way from London. So, I'm very, very excited for this. Very excited. It is going to be amazing. Finally. Ouija Bootcamp student right here with me. So, well, maybe not right here, but you guys will see tomorrow. We will have a very special broadcast. So, alright guys, maybe we should do a little coffee talk. Let's see what people are up to today. If I can get to there we go. Alright. I don't know what is up. I don't know what is up with the, when I go live. It just likes to freeze. I think it's the iPad. I don't know why. But yeah, it does. It has seriously been crazy doing all this. Just because it shuts down so much. Okay, oh god, get over the Zozo thing. Get over it. Alright, Jasper. Okay, I got your emails. Thank you. Thank you. And I completely understand, so. Alright. Let's see. Juiced. Hello. Shout out from the Netherlands, my friend, and thanks for your amazing energy. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out from the United States. Something. What the hell? Are you gay? No, not at all. Duh. Is it not that obvious? What does it matter to you anyway? Alright. Thomas Bowman? How do I bind a spirit to an object? And do you home stuff about the Elder Jinn? Huh? How do I bind a spirit to an object? You're gonna want to read the Lesser Key of Solomon. Big time. Ruth. Oh damn, I missed you. Live show. Aw. I'm sorry. I'll be live here in a few. Alright. May Queen. Those books will be well traveled by the time they get to their final destination. I am so upset with I am very upset. So I only have an M on my right hand, Good thing I don't care much about my hand lines. I don't care either. It's the palm. I honestly don't think you can see much in the palm. The rising and resting bitch face made me laugh, and I scared my rat. Hope you are well. I love you too. That is funny. What the hell? Why do you roll your eyes, Livingston? Roll your eyes, motherfucker. Captain Fordo. How much does it cost to do a Ouija board reading? Ouija board readings are 80. Anya. Hi. Ryan, you are so gorgeous. I wish I looked like you at times. No, you don't. No, you don't. Trust me. Alright. Comedic Witchcraft. Hello. How are you? Goddamn, so accurate about JB, aka Pigeon Brain Shitfuck. That was awesome. I love this. I love that. You were absolutely amazing at picking up on the situation of the former friend who clipped and stalking like mad, pretending to call lawyers and threatening lawsuits without knowing LW. Got FBI contacts. Amazing, amazing reading. So accurate. Thank you. I hope everything stays good. I really do. Alright, Lily Moon. Angelina Haber. Hello. Jason Castile. Hi, my friend. How are you? Fire Torch. Paranormal HTV. Hi. John Hirsch. Hello. Marjorie. Hello. Do I look tired? Seriously? Into the Unknown. Hello, my love. My love, Lou. I love you. Lady Witch. Hi, darling. How are you? Dark Prince Lucy. My chocolate sundae. I love you. Owler Nature. DJ Scar 17 Willows. Hi, my love. How are you? I love you, I love you, I love you. Jaden, how are you? It's been forever. Holy crap. Jade, hi. Hello, Dr. Stoner, you are amazing. Who else? Truth be told, shout out. Hi Kim, how are you? Hex Ogden. Wiggles. Jessica Andrews, hi. Netheria Fade, I love you, my darling. Witch of the Black Rose. Lady Elaine. Marcella Mendez, hi. Hi, love. How are you? Snooky. Hello, shout out. Daria, my sis, I love you so much. Goth Medley, hello, shout out. Netheria Fade. Madame Sophia, hello, my darling. Bill O'Reilly. Hello, how are you? You're gonna like this video, and the last one too. Amanda Long, hello. Springtrap Trap, how are you? I hope you are doing well. I really do. Alright, guys. Alright, guys, everybody have a very good day. I will see you all tomorrow. It may be brief, but it'll be very special, so stay tuned. So, alright guys, I love you all very much. All the way from Venus. All the way back down. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. So, alright guys, I love you all very much. And yes, see you tomorrow.